Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor podcast.
Do I know what? Oh, yeah, I do know. It's that time to talk about BIP on our show. That's Bachelor in Paradise. But before we get talking about Bachelor in Paradise, YouTube, why don't you go ahead and subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop new Bachelor content just like this. And if you did just now, oh man, huge shout out to you. Woo-wee, air horns for you. And we got to make sure we shout out to our comment crew, the OGs, you know, Catherine Ann, Chelsea Allen, and Kathleen Kent. Wow, those are like really hard. Like are they all sisters? I don't know because they sound like
obviously not. But,
but I know. But Catherine Ann, Chelsea Allen, and Kathleen Kent. That sounds like It
sounds like they should be like I don't know, like in. Like a Nancy Drew story or something.
Right. Yeah, or like the Spice Girls or something. But yeah, shout out to them. You know, you can get shouted out on the show here too. All you have to do is leave a comment or let us know you subscribed in the comments below. And, you know, after our segment, we actually ask some random questions that you could answer. So we make it really easy for you to get a shout out on this show. So do it, please. And it would really help us out. You know, the YouTube algorithms, they always talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
We're on our way to monetization.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. But here we are, week 7 of Bachelor in Paradise. One night only, 2 hours. Rarity for the season. V, where do we start?
We start, so as we know, we're going into this episode with the women are going to have the roses again. It's just been a couple of weeks of women having roses. Because I just think of how the numbers worked. Mm-hmm. And they're really trying to push some love triangle narratives.
Yes.
The one that like fully exists is the Eliza, Rodney, Justin one. But the one that they're really trying to push is the Kate, Logan, Hayden one, which like really I don't think would exist if Kate wasn't being a little gold digger.
Yeah, honestly, Kate not making herself look good here, but I do have a theory that they're doing this to set us up for what's going to come in following episodes.
Because so Kate, like, you know, on her date with Hayden last week was very much so like not feeling it, not vibing, like went into it high hopes, came out of it like being like, what the heck? And, you know, definitely was saying how she has stronger feelings for Logan. Her and Logan have a connection. But then she was at the beginning of this episode, she was kind of like going around saying like almost like a script to all of the girls, saying how like, you know, this was like the beginning of their script.
Sister
was like,
in Christ.
I'm 30, like my sister in Christ, I'm 33 years old. Like I'm 33-year-old, my sister in Christ. Like to all the girls saying that, going around saying how there's a 6 or 7 year age difference between her and Logan. How, you know, he has not one, but 2 roommates, 2. And like, you know, and how Hayden obviously has luxury, I think rental properties. He's got money. He has like just 6 figs lying around to give to his dog Rainbow, which we don't know this. I would love to run the fucking numbers.
Yeah, let's see the receipts. I'm not going to lie. This made me feel really insecure, like for no good reason. I'm watching the show.
I know,
and being
I'm feeling like kind of insecure too.
Yeah, why don't I got a house yet? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm out here being all like, that dog would have been put down.
I can't afford all these trips. You know, I can barely afford a root canal.
But also, she lives in LA and she works in luxury real estate, and she's 33. She works for the Oppenheim Group. So, like, she's acting like she's not making money because she definitely has to be making some money.
She was saying that she's old school and wants to, you know.
She wants that provider energy.
Yeah, provider energy. Wow.
Which I get it. But I also like, I feel like that's a very common idea coming out of the Selling Sunset mindset, because she like works with the folks that are on Selling Sunset.
Really?
I feel like it's very interesting to see a lot of those women on those shows be all like, I'm a bad bitch every day in my job. I work this real estate thing. So I want a man that can like help take care of me because like I have to do this all the time. So I think it's just a fascinating thing. But whatever. She's going around saying this to everybody. But like we all know she's going to choose Logan. Like Logan even like Logan's feeling confident because they had a nice like make out the night prior where they like did the full like notebook situation. It was in the rain. They confessed their feelings for each other. He picks her up. They're making out. Every time Kate is kissing somebody, people are clapping. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
like, why?
I mean, it's really weird and it's mean. It's kind of mean to the people that are around. Like, that's the one thing I don't like about Bachelor in Paradise is that people get real. We said it before, like Lord of the Flies, like, you know,
Right.
if you're not in the in crew, it happens every season. If you're not part of the in crew, you know, they're going to make you feel like shit a little bit, you know? So,
Right. Right.
you know,
But-
people are cheering. It's raining like the Notebook and they're kissing on the beach and, doing it all in front of homeboy after he just got back from his date with her. So
Yeah, but you know, whatever. That's that. Jen and the other couples all seem to be faring pretty well in the cocktail party / pre-rose ceremony time. Jen, Aviv, and Aaron tell each other that they love each other. They're popping champagne. They're on cloud nine. Everybody else is doing well, but it's Eliza who's feeling real torn. She's popping between Rodney and like thanking him for being patient with her and everything and like feeling out. He's like being all like, I'm all in. I never want you to think anything else. Like I didn't want to like let you go on that date, but like I was just trying to be respectful of you, like reiterating everything that he's already said, but being like very much so like, you know, like I'm only here for you. Like I'm going to fight for you, whatever. And then she's going and hanging out with Justin and like he's doing fun gummy bear shit with her. I don't fucking know. And they're like laughing, giggling and making out. So like neither Justin nor Rodney feels safe. And Eliza is just crying before even getting to the rose ceremony because she literally has no gut feeling on who she wants to go with.
yeah, I thought that she was going to go home. She was saying.
I know it really did seem like she was going to go home because she's like, I can't do this. Like she's talking to the girls. And of course, pretty much everybody else on the beach is team Rodney. Like, even though like a lot of the dudes like Justin and like, you know, they're pals or like even some of the girls like are pals with Justin now. I mean, I think everyone's just kind of like, okay, like Justin came back in and you're really like, and Rodney like is the nicest dude ever. And you're gonna like not choose Rodney, like someone who like you've built this relationship with, like you came down and like kind of were there to see him. I mean, Justin was on her list too, and obviously she was on Justin's list. But you know, she's torn. They make it through to the rose ceremony. Kate obviously chooses Logan. No surprise there. Everybody else picks who you would think they would pick. Shanae and Florence pick the twins over, you know, people who have been there longer, which I guess makes sense. They seem to have a good date with them, and also I just feel like they're just the wild cards right now, so it's just kind of whatever. And then Eliza's last to give the rose, of course. They had to do it that way. And she's up there crying, and she ends up giving her rose to Rodney. And, you know, once again, like thanking him for being patient and all that stuff. So Justin, Jacob, Alex, and Hayden all go home.
Yeah, Jacob really like rode the wave of this season.
He really did because he had like multiple suitors and like he either turned them down or they turned him down, and he just kind of rode it out for as long as he could. And honestly, like I feel like he was a fun character to have. He was just like a fun comic relief kind of character to have, and I can't be mad at that.
Yeah, and I mean, were you seeing like Uber or was it Lyft that was not claiming him?
Yeah, Lyft at first was like not claiming him. So when Jill, you know, said in her leaving car, being all like, "Oh yeah, like this man had to sell his couch, like to make more money, he does Lyft, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, when she's like, I can't believe I'm crying over him. And Lyft's all like, we don't claim him. And then he fired back by posting, like, oh, I guess 5-star rating and, like, 1,100 rides means nothing. And they're like, just kidding. We claim you. Like, can we gift you a new couch? And he like sent them like a $2,000 couch. Like, and I think they got him a new couch. So, all is well that ends well with Jacob and Lyft. So,
yeah. So, at this point, Eliza, I don't know. I felt like, she walks Justin off. Mm-hmm. And what's the mood?
The mood is she's upset. She spends a lot of time, apologizing to Justin. Like, pretty much mostly what we hear her say as she's walking Justin out, or they take some time to talk alone, is her apologizing and him being all like, you can't sacrifice your happiness. Like, I get it. Like, you obviously have developed more time and stuff with Rodney. Like, I wish you the best. Like, definitely was a tough decision. Like, I don't, like, I'm not jealous of the position you were put in, but like, just know, blah, blah, blah. Like, I wish you the best, all that stuff. She walks him up. She keeps apologizing, crying. He like cries as he leaves. And, meanwhile, Rodney's back, like, with everybody, and everybody's like dabbing him up. They're so happy. Everyone's so happy that, Eliza made the choice to stay with Rodney, and like Eliza definitely is still torn, which is not the vibe you want. I think you can be sad about something ending, meanwhile also be happy about continuing something. And I feel like we weren't getting that duality in that moment. We were really just getting mostly her being sad about something.
What ending. I saw here happening was like kind of what happened with like Teddy when Rodney showed up. And producers were probably like, nah, you got to do this. This is like, I felt like she was pressured into picking Rodney.
I honestly think it was kind of rude that they did this to poor Eliza, where they brought Justin back to like kind of help cause what was a very stressful moment and decision, like within only a week's time, for Eliza. And I think that's like just kind of like, that's kind of rude. Obviously, I get that that's how the show works, but like
it's almost like they were gonna set her up to look like the bad guy, like Teddy was gonna do, like you know?
Yeah, I think, I think that's what's unfair. I think it's unfair that they're like putting these women in these positions to look like the bad guy, where like that obviously they're keeping, because it looks even like for, next episode, it looks like she's going to look like kind of like the weirdo for what she does. But so, she's upset. But before we get back to Eliza, we have a nice interlude of a date card being given to Michael and Danielle.
I'm not gonna lie, I fast forward through this part.
I don't blame you, because guess what? They don't need a date card. This date was not needed. It literally was just filler. And also, like, it literally says three's a company or whatever. It said something about there being 3 of them. So, like, the fact that Michael spent the entire date acting like it was weird that Wells was at every stop of the date, I was like, that's literally the point of this date. And also, like, Wells' buddies.
Well, they used to do that with, like, Chris, I think, right? There used to be a bit like Chris Harrison would do that.
Right. So, like,
also maybe like Wells like also negotiated, because like I felt like last season we didn't even really see Wells that much.
We've barely seen Wells this season.
Well,
honestly.
I feel like we've seen him a lot more than we usually do. Like,
I think we've been seeing him a lot more these past like couple of weeks. But
now with with the Wells story time stuff.
Yeah, I know, but that's, I feel like, all the stuff they've been adding to make sure we finish, like, we have more time for this, because I feel like the first several weeks of this season, I feel like we barely saw any Wells commentary. And then they brought him on mostly with his former connections. So he only started seeing more airtime when Ashley and Jerry were on, his friends. And now he's seeing more airtime now that Danielle, his former interest / now, current
also
friend.
He's like a plant. He's like a plant where, like, they give him information to like kind of pry about like things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's like they're definitely, and he is the mastermind behind like making sure this connection between Danielle and Michael happens
Right.
too. And he even on that date says, you know, like you guys are invited to my wedding, which is exactly what happened because there was those photos of them being at his wedding together. So like that was like a semi spoiler, but like whatever, nobody knew at the time. People were like, oh wait, does this mean Danielle's coming onto the beach? Because we didn't know that she'd be a late arrival. But which whatever. So that date happens. They go around Sayulita and have a fine time. Like Michael's the only one that's weirded out by Wells being at every corner. Danielle obviously doesn't give a fuck. But they have a great date, I guess, whatever. But the end of this episode is really more about the Eliza, Rodney, Justin love triangle. And Eliza spends like most of the morning after the rose ceremony.
You know, the only thing but just speaking of that last date, the only thing I was like hoping that wouldn't happen was them sending Eliza and Rodney on the date because I don't know why. That would have been a horrible thing to watch, I feel like.
That would have been like just the full downfall. That would have like, she probably wouldn't have even gone on the date, maybe.
Right. I don't know why, but that was the feeling I got when they were like, date card. I was like, oh my God.
God.
Hope they don't give it to them.
Meanwhile, she's still in bed crying.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But when she finally gets out of bed, comes down.
They give like a whole montage of Rodney like talking with the boys and.
Oh yeah, talk about the boys. I love this. The boys are like, "Don't worry, Justin's gonna be good. Like we love him, but like homie's straight. He's gonna be good in these streets." Like nobody's like overly worried about Justin,
right?
And which I mean, we might see that we probably shouldn't be.
Also, they made a point of like, you know, Eliza probably wouldn't have been his first choice. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really sure how it would have gone, but like.
I mean, I think Sally was his first choice, to be honest.
True.
And, you know, she showed up for 2 seconds and left.
Almost forgot about her.
But, you know, Eliza finally makes her way out of her bed and pulls Rodney to the side. And they have a conversation. And, like, everyone's all like, this doesn't look good. And so she pretty much hits him with the, like, I thought I'd wake up with clarity. I thought I'd wake up not feeling conflicted, but I did. I feel just as bad as I did last night. And, you know, he's all like, do you think you made the wrong choice? And she's all like, she kind of doesn't say that directly, but she's like, I feel like I was pressured into my choice.
Well, she said I made the wrong choice for me.
Yeah, which I'm like, so you made the wrong choice then. Right. I'm like, that's all that matters. It's for you or whatever. And like, so you could tell Rodney's obviously very hurt and, you know, she is heartbroken. And Eliza, and so like he has no reason. He had been telling Eliza how he was going to fight for her, do whatever for her, blah, blah, blah. And like so he's all like, well, I have no reason to be here anymore. So he goes and says his goodbyes. And everybody is sobbing. Like everybody is upset.
Which is so annoying to me because it's like, especially you're seeing Brandon like, he doesn't deserve it. Like, come on.
I can't believe what is happening.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Like,
I'm like, we're getting to the point of them all being just like out of their minds on this beach too. Like they're just like, they've been filming, they're hot, they're dehydrated, they like, you know, film super long hours. They're just like so wrapped up in their, like in making sure everything is like going to plan because they're about to hit proposals that I think everybody's just literally just like a little hair loose of being like, totally out of their mind. So right. I feel like everybody's reaction was like super dramatic because they're just like losing it. Mm-hmm. And like Rodney truly was like everybody's buddy. And I think, you know, he got what was like, he got like his Bachelor edit again is like pretty much what happened. So, cause like even him like going away in the car, he's all like, why me? Why me? Like everybody's upset.
See, that's the kind of thing that, like, I'm like, why does he have to? No one talks to themselves like that. Like, you know, why me? Only people that want to be the Bachelor.
Well, and only people that also have, like, somebody with a camera in their face that's also prompting them to say that kind of stuff. But right. Then the girls run and go and comfort Eliza. And, like, you know, Eliza pretty much is like, I feel like either choice I was going to make was going to be the wrong one, blah, blah, blah. But she makes the decision that she's going to head out and go and find Justin. And we get like the little bits of next week, the preview, where she's goes to his house in Baltimore, and he looks surprised. He looks not happy surprised. He looks like taken aback.
So did he really not know like people were coming over? Like
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see next week.
And fair enough too, because like she didn't pick him.
Yeah, she didn't. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens next week, and we'll have to see. You know, as things start to get down to the line, we're gonna have more girlies coming down. Which is, you know, late in the game when you're a girly coming down, you're just literally there to stir the pot, and it's gonna be rough.
I love it because it's like they keep bringing girls that like Logan. Like Logan's just like, all right, I'll go on a date.
I know. I really, truly, I love that the guys call Logan Brogan, like, because that is the vibe I get from him. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. I just don't.
He's sweet. He's like not bad to look at. You know what I'm saying? He's got chill vibes.
I guess.
And you know, Kate deserves a little whiplash. You know.
I think she does. I mean, she's definitely, especially because like in her rose ceremony, giving the rose to Logan, she's all like, "You got to step it up." Like she said, like, "I expect more." That's like so shady and backhanded.
Oh, she gonna get more.
Yeah, she's gonna get more heartache, bitch. Like so.
And then also Gabby and Rachel come in.
I'm excited for that. Honestly, I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fun. Whatever. I think it's there because all the dudes who like were on their season are all like, ah, and I think that's fun.
Especially the twins there.
Yeah. Like they're like we met these bitches for like 2 seconds. Whatever.
I know. What about the girls talking about what the guys smell like?
I thought that was funny.
Brittany and Shanae talking about how Logan smells like leather.
Wet leather.
Like it's like, is it giving woods or beach? And she's like, woods. Like, what about woods by the beach?
And she's like, maybe. I loved it. It was hilarious.
What else is going on in Bachelor Nation?
Well, speaking of Gabby and Eric have officially split. I guess Gabby was the one who kind of did that because they just kind of were at different places. They thought that the space apart would help them kind of figure that out, and I guess it didn't. So
of course it didn't. I feel like first of all, Dancing with the Stars is a situation where like I feel like it's meant to break up whoever they're with. So I just totally saw that come in. If we went back to the episodes where we talk about it, I'm sure we predicted it.
I mean, she soft launched it. It definitely was. It was bound to happen.
Yeah. What else?
And then at this point, it's not even a spoiler, but because it's just being blatantly thrown in our faces. But Nick Viall is being his Nick Viall self, and I feel like he's either gonna get sued or like, I mean, Victoria Fuller's gonna get sued because he posted a TikTok of, you know, game night at his place where it's him, his young ass girlfriend, Serena and Joe, and then Greg Agrippo and Victoria Fuller kissing him on the cheek. So it's already been, people have seen all the photos of them on vacation together, and now Nick Viall just was all like, ha ha ha, fuck you guys, and posted this. So I guess we'll just have to see how this season ends. And also, I just have to know, like, yeah, legally, what does this mean for them? Because, I mean, maybe nothing for Nick at this point, but for Victoria, I don't know what that means for her, you know?
I mean, dude, I don't even know nowadays, like, because this stuff could be good for the Bachelor, like, stuff.
I mean, maybe, because now I could see it going either way, people being all like, well, I don't even want to fucking finish this season anyways of Bachelor in Paradise. Or people being like, what happens that makes her end things? Like, are we going to see the end of things with her and Johnny or not?
Well, I think what's going to stop them from getting sued is the fact that they probably agreed to bring Greg onto like the after the rose of Bachelor in Paradise or whatever. and they're just forced to like have to talk about it. Otherwise, we're gonna sue you. So you better come on the show and talk about it. I mean, it's annoying, like, because this is the type of stuff that I feel like makes Victoria look bad.
I agree because like we've all been rooting for her this season, honestly. Like, she turned the corner, but this is like her on Pilot Pete's season behavior, honestly, it feels like to me.
Right. And also, like, I don't know. Some things could be happening with Johnny. Johnny couldn't be, the guy that,
right.
The quiet guy
Right.
that we're seeing on the season. So we just have to, I guess, find out and see.
Right. I mean, yeah.
What do you guys think? Like, do you think it's good that Gabby and Eric called it quits? Let us know in the comments below. Who would you pick, Greg Grippo or Johnny? Let us know in the comments below. Do you like Nick Viall? Would you drive for Lyft or Uber?
Would you drive for Lyft?
Let us know in the comments below. Were you crying when Rodney left? Would you cry? Let us know. And we'll see you next week with a lot more Bachelor in Paradise.
Future Bachelor Podcast.